Greetings, devoted fans of Days of Our Lives. Welcome back to the TV Days Drama Digest channel, where we dive deep into the heart-pounding, tear-jerking, and spine-chilling storylines that keep us glued to our screens. Today, we're unraveling a tale that has haunted the cobblestone streets of Salem for decades, a story so dark, so sinister, that it sends shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned soap opera aficionado. We're talking about the possible return of the devil himself to Salem, and the question on everyone's lips: will Dr. Marlena Evans, the beloved psychiatrist and pillar of the community, once again become the vessel for this malevolent force? Could Marlena, who has fought so valiantly to protect her loved ones, be destined not to reign as a dark queen, but to embody the devil incarnate? Buckle up, dear readers, as we explore this terrifying possibility, delving into the past, examining the present, and speculating on the chilling future of Days of Our Lives. A haunting past, the devil's first dance with Salem. Marlena Evans sits quietly in her office, the soft hum of Salem's evenings settling around her like a familiar blanket. But beneath her composed exterior, a storm rages. Her mind, a labyrinth of memories, keeps pulling her back to a time she'd rather forget, a time when the devil himself chose her as his vessel. The year was 1995, and Salem was gripped by a terror unlike any other. The possession of Marlena Evans was no mere plot twist, it was a seismic event that shook the very foundations of the town. The devil's presence was palpable, a suffocating darkness that seeped into every corner of Salem, turning neighbors into strangers and allies into enemies. Marlena remembers the icy grip of that malevolent force, the way her body moved without her consent, her voice twisted into something guttural and otherworldly. Her loved ones, John Black, her soulmate, her children, Sammy and Eric, and the entire Brady family, watched in horror as the woman they knew and loved became a stranger. The exorcism that followed was nothing short of a battle for her soul, a clash between good and evil that tested the spiritual fortitude of everyone involved. John, armed with faith and love, stood at the forefront, but even he couldn't banish the demon alone. It took the collective strength of Salem's residents, their prayers echoing through St. Luke's Church, to drive the devil out. Marlena was saved, but the scars of that ordeal remain, etched into her psyche like a warning carved in stone. Fast forward to 2021, and the devil made a grand, unwelcome return to Salem. This time, it wasn't Marlena who bore the brunt of the possession, at least not at first. The demon slithered through the town like a venomous serpent, coiling around Doug Williams, a beloved patriarch, before moving on to others. Its path of destruction was relentless, culminating in a near-fatal attack on Trip Johnson, a young doctor whose kindness and bravery made him a prime target. The demon's rampage was a spectacle of chaos, with Salem's residents caught in a web of fear and uncertainty. Once again, John Black stepped into the fray, his resolve as unyielding as ever, but the exorcism was far from straightforward. The devil had grown cunning, its grip tighter, its malice deeper. It took the combined efforts of Eric Brady, a man of faith with his own history of battling darkness, and the ultimate sacrifice of Trip to finally banish the demon back to the abyss. But banishments, as Salem's residents know all too well, are rarely permanent. The devil is a persistent foe, a shadow that lingers just beyond the light, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And now, in 2025, whispers of its return are growing louder, and Marlena's heart is heavy with dread. The present, a town on edge. Salem today is a town cloaked in an uneasy calm, like the stillness before a storm. The autumn air carries a chill that seems to seep into the bones, and the streets, usually bustling with life, feel eerily quiet. Marlena senses it, a darkness that lingers at the edges of her vision, a weight that presses against her chest. She tries to dismiss it as paranoia, a remnant of her traumatic past, but the memories are too vivid, too raw. The panic she fights to suppress is like a tide, rising higher with each passing day, threatening to pull her under. In her office, surrounded by the trappings of her profession, books on psychology, framed degrees, a photo of her and John smiling on their wedding day, Marlena feels anything but secure. Her hands tremble as she pours a cup of tea, the porcelain clinking softly against the saucer. She closes her eyes, willing the memories away, but they come unbidden. The guttural laughter that wasn't her own, the searing pain of the demon's presence, the helpless terror in John's eyes as he fought for her. She shudders, the tea forgotten, and wonders if Salem is once again teetering on the brink of catastrophe. The town's residents are no strangers to the supernatural. From demonic possessions to time-traveling doppelgangers, Salem has seen it all. But the devil's return is a threat unlike any other, a primal evil that defies logic and reason. Marlena isn't the only one feeling the unease. At the Brady pub, Roman and Kate exchange worried glances over their coffee, their conversation hushed as they recount strange occurrences, a flickering streetlight that seems to pulse with an unnatural rhythm, a cold spot in the church that no heater can dispel. At the Horton house, Jennifer and Jack pore over old newspaper clippings, searching for clues about the devil's last visit, their faces etched with concern. Even the younger generation, Sierra, Ben, and Claire, sense that something is amiss, their dreams plagued by shadows and whispers. Marlena's fear is compounded by her role as Salem's confidant. As a psychiatrist, she's privy to the town's secrets, its fears, its fractures. Patients speak of nightmares, of feeling watched, of an inexplicable sense of dread. She listens, her professional demeanor a mask for the terror brewing within her. Is it possible that the devil is already here, lurking in the shadows, choosing its next vessel? And if it is, why does Marlena feel so certain that it's coming for her? The devil's game. Why Marlena? The question that haunts Marlena, and all of us at TV Days Drama Digest, is why the devil seems so fixated on her. Marlena is no ordinary woman. She's a beacon of light in Salem. A woman whose compassion, strength, and wisdom have guided countless souls through their darkest moments. Perhaps that's precisely why the devil targets her. To corrupt someone so pure, so beloved, would be a victory of unimaginable proportions for the forces of evil. To turn Marlena Evans into the devil incarnate would not only shatter her but also devastate the town that looks to her for guidance. There's a poetic cruelty to the devil's choice. Marlena's life has been a tapestry of love and loss, triumph and tragedy. She's faced serial killers, kidnappings, and betrayals, yet she's always emerged stronger, her heart a lighthouse for those lost in the storm. But the devil doesn't play fair. It exploits weaknesses, preys on fears, and Marlena's greatest fear is losing control, losing herself. The memories of her possession are a wound that never fully healed, a reminder that even the strongest can be broken. The devil knows this, and it's this knowledge that makes Marlena such a tantalizing target. But what if the devil's plan is even more sinister this time? What if it's not content to merely possess her? What if it seeks to transform her into something far worse than a dark queen, a being of pure malevolence, a devil in human form? The thought is almost too horrific to contemplate, yet it's a possibility we can't ignore. The devil's return in 2021 showed us that it's capable of evolving, of adapting its tactics to inflict maximum pain. This time, it might not settle for chaos, it might aim for annihilation. The battle ahead, can Salem survive? As the shadows lengthen over Salem, the question isn't just whether the devil will possess Marlena again, but whether the town can withstand another onslaught. The last exorcism was a grueling ordeal, a test of faith, love, and sacrifice. Tripp's brush with death was a stark reminder of the stakes, and the memory of his sacrifice weighs heavily on Marlena. She can't bear the thought of another life being lost to save her, yet she knows that if the devil returns, no one will be safe. John Black, ever the warrior, is already preparing for the fight. His love for Marlena is a force of nature, unyielding and unbreakable, but even he knows that love alone may not be enough. Eric Brady, now a priest, is ready to lend his spiritual strength, but his own demons, figurative and perhaps literal, could complicate the battle. The Brady and Horton families, the backbone of Salem, are rallying, but their unity is fragile, strained by years of secrets and betrayals. And then there's the wild card, the younger generation. Will Sierra's fiery spirit, Ben's redemption, or Claire's resilience tip the scales in Salem's favor? The church, St. Luke's, stands as a symbol of hope, its stained glass windows casting colorful light on the pews where so many battles have been fought. But even its sanctity feels tenuous, as if the devil's presence is already eroding the barriers between the sacred and the profane. Marlena visits the church often, seeking solace in its quiet, but the peace she finds is fleeting. The air feels heavy, the candles flicker without cause, and the whispers of her past grow louder. A town united or divided? Salem's strength has always been its community, a tapestry of interconnected lives woven together by love, loyalty, and shared history. But the devil thrives on division, sowing discord and doubt wherever it goes. If it returns, it will exploit every crack in Salem's foundation, every grudge, every betrayal, every unspoken truth. Marlena knows this, and it terrifies her. She's seen what the devil can do, how it can turn allies against each other, how it can twist love into hate. The thought of her family, John, Sammy, Eric, Belle, being torn apart is almost as painful as the thought of losing herself. Yet there's hope in Salem, too. The town has faced darkness before and emerged victorious. The love that binds its residents is a powerful weapon, one that the devil underestimates at its peril. Marlena's own strength, forged in the fires of countless trials, is a beacon that even the darkest evil can't fully extinguish. If the devil does return, it will face a town that's battered but not broken, a town that knows the cost of survival and is willing to pay it. The unfolding drama, what lies ahead? As we at TV Days Drama Digest ponder the future of Days of Our Lives, one thing is certain. The story of Marlena and the devil is far from over. The signs are all there, the flickering lights, the chilling dreams, the unshakable sense of dread. Salem is on the cusp of another battle, one that could redefine the town and its residents forever. Will Marlena once again become the devil's vessel, her soul a battleground for the forces of good and evil? Or will she find a way to defy the darkness, to protect her town and her loved ones from the horror that threatens to consume them? The answers lie in the episodes to come, in the twists and turns that have kept us hooked on Days of Our Lives for decades. Will John's love be enough to save Marlena? Will Eric's faith hold strong against the devil's cunning? Will Tripp's sacrifice inspire others to rise up, or will it be a harbinger of more losses to come? And what of Marlena herself? Will she find the strength to resist, or will the devil's power prove too great? One thing is clear, Salem is a town that thrives on drama, and the devil's return would be the ultimate test of its resilience. So, dear readers, join us as we watch, wait, and speculate. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the devil will return to Salem? Will Marlena fall prey to its clutches, or will she emerge as the hero we know she can be? Let's dive into this deliciously dark storyline together, because in Salem, the drama never stops and the stakes are always sky high. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.